What's up, hardship heroes? You are back on the other side. Today's guest is a mom, a world traveler, and one of the nicest people you will ever meet until the bell rings. She is tough, humble, and built for war. Welcome to the show, BKFC Badass, the lovely Crystal Van Wyck. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm doing very,
I
very
love
well.
I love the introduction.
Thank you. It took about an hour and a half.
Good, good.
Not really. I've got to know, growing up, South Africa, I'm sure you've been asked a million questions about what that's like. I want to know, what kind of kid were you? Were you the quiet kid, or were you the hell no, I don't think so type?
I was the hell no, I don't think so type.
Okay.
I was that like I'm like the black sheep in the family, so I was always the one getting into trouble and taking risks, and I was the difficult one always. Yeah.
Okay. Had to learn the hard way.
Yes.
I understand that. I
I was the one
definitely
that
do.
tested everything out for everybody else, basically.
There you go. Well, that's you served a valuable purpose, I guess.
I did actually.
All right. What was the first combat sport that you gravitated to that grabbed you?
I started obviously with MMA, but what the first ever thing that I competed in was jiu-jitsu, BJJ.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
easy. Yeah.
Uh, do you remember the very first moment you had the thought, I can fight?
Well, basically what happened was I went to a like I was going through like really bad depression and a very difficult time, and I went to at the time my husband was coaching at the UFC gym,
Mhm.
and he said to me like, why don't you come train? It will really help you, because I've always trained my whole life. I was a dancer. I've always been in the gym. Like, I've always been an active athletic person. So he said, why don't you come do a little bit of mixed martial arts? And because everything else was kind of taken away from me at that time. And I thought to myself, okay, well, let me go do that. And as soon as I was training and doing it, like I really loved it. I really started to like be like, well, I actually like how this feels. And I had somebody come up to me in the gym and they're like, you should really consider like competing. I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, you should. And then that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, you mentioned MMA. What do you remember most about your first MMA win?
Well, my first MMA fight or my first MMA win?
I'd like to know about the win. What did that moment,
Okay.
symbolize to you?
Honestly, it was, I think it was, um, I think it was in Myrtle Beach
Okay.
actually, and Andy Hall had a promotion, and I had just done a fight, and I lost against Karma Radford. I remember, and it was really like I was dominating the fight, but I think when you do your first fight, you don't realize about adrenaline dump and things like that. And what I had was sorry,
No, you're okay.
what I had was an adrenaline dump, and like I remember in the fight, like I just got tired, and that's kind of where I messed up, was lack of experience and stuff like that. So I was really down on myself about that fight,
Hmm.
and then Andy Hall said, "Hey, why don't you?" It was like on a 2 weeks notice or a week notice. He said, "Why don't you? We need someone to fight this girl in Myrtle Beach. Would you be willing?" So I said, "Heck yes, bring it on." I was like, I'm ready to get back in there
Hmm.
ASAP. So yes. And I remember I took that fight and I weighed in. I think it was a bit heavier than what I'd usually fight at, but I didn't really care because I was like, I just want to get back in there and redeem myself. And I was the first fight on the card, and I went in there and I was focused, I was ready, and I went in there and like sharp as hell. I actually felt like I didn't want to say it felt like I was in a dream, but like it was so weird in there. I felt
Hmm.
like this focus that I never ever had before. And like every shot landed, and like I finished that fight with a TKO, and it was the best feeling in the world. I was
Okay.
hooked. I was hooked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
um,
So
you had two or three losses, is that right? In
yeah,
MMA? Which
yeah.
one bothers you the most? Is it that one?
Um The one that bothers me the most. This
If
is a
one
good
even
question.
bothers you.
This is a good question, actually. I think it was there was a fight I fought against Samantha Seth. It was a very good chick that was like brown belt in jiu-jitsu, you know, and like my first MMA fights, the reason I actually lost is because only after like 3 to 6 months of training, I was like thrown into my first MMA fight. So I really didn't have much experience, you know.
Right.
I was green. I was really green, and they put me up against these like chicks that were brown belts in jiu-jitsu and like, you know, and I wasn't scared. I was like, I can beat them.
That's
In
why.
my mind, I was like, I can beat them, you know. And it's not that I couldn't beat them. It's just that experience. And I went out there and I risked it. I
Hmm.
went for a head kick, thinking like maybe I could get that head kick knockout, you know.
Hmm.
And then she like took me down and she tapped me, and I'm pretty sure it was like in the second round. And I feel really super frustrated about that because I just feel like I wasn't myself. I did something I would not normally do. And like, I didn't really think about strategy,
Hmm.
you know, in that fight. And that's a lot of my losses, I would say, is I went into the fights without strategy. I just went like, I'm going to fight crazy, crazy, crazy. And, you know, you make
Don't test
mistakes.
me.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
So yeah,
Uh,
I've had to learn about like self control and holding back and all that kind of thing.
okay. How would you describe your striking style?
Um, I would describe it like it's kind of scrappy. It's kind of scrappy and aggressive.
Hmm.
I'm not sure actually. It's a good question.
You tend to go forward, and I've noticed. I've looked
Yes.
at the stats from every one of your BKFC fights, and I don't think I have found a round where you were outstruck. I don't think I have
A what? A what?
a round that you were outstruck. I don't think I have found a round
Oh, yeah.
that
I
your
like to go
opponent
high
landed more.
volume. High
Very
volume.
much.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. True
All right.
facts. So high
Um.
volume, aggressive. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Your opponents tend to go backwards whether they want to or not.
Right.
Um. Do you remember the first time you watched Bare Knuckle, and did you immediately fall in love with it?
You know what? I'm thinking about that. That's actually also a good question. Yes, I knew about bare knuckle before I even watched it. I got asked to fight. And obviously only once I had been asked to fight and actually considered doing bare knuckle, I said, let me actually go watch what this is actually about, you
Hmm.
know? Because everyone makes a big thing. I'd seen the weigh-ins. A lot of my the girls that I used to train with, that's how I actually got into bare knuckle. Is
Okay.
I used to train with Taylor, and Britain. I used to train with
Hmm.
them, and we were part of this group called the Women's of the Carolinas. So when they started to do bare knuckle, it like got me watching because I was like, I want to watch them fight. You know,
Hmm.
just support you. You want to support people that you train with,
Hmm.
and I watched this, and I was actually so impressed. I was like, whoa, these chicks are fighting bare knuckle,
Hmm.
and like it was very bloody and very exciting to watch. And I thought to myself, man, but like they tough. They can take it. But like Loki,
Hmm.
they look like they're enjoying this because
Yeah.
everyone's feedback after the fight is like, I had so much fun. So I was like, okay, well, I want to see what this is about, you know?
Do you remember the sound the first time you watched it live?
Yeah, the sound of the hits landing.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no.
I can still remember. Oh,
I like it. I don't know, something about it.
yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. What was the first thought that went through your head when you found out you were signed? Was it kind of like, oh no, this is real now?
No, I was so excited
Okay.
because I was actually in South Africa. I was in South Africa, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm ready to do bare knuckle now because they had asked me when I was in America, but then I had ended up moving back to South Africa, and then I thought, okay, well, that's not going to happen, you know. And then I saw that they were coming to Africa, BKFC Africa, and I was like, huh, okay, wait a minute, let me get on that. Actually, seeing that they're coming to Africa, like maybe I should do this now, you know.
Hmm.
And so I think I spoke to Nate Shook, and he was like, "Yeah, we can get this done, blah blah." And then they weren't really, they didn't end up coming to Africa. And I was like, I actually really want to do this. And I literally moved. I moved from South Africa to America to do bare knuckle. So yeah,
Hmm.
that was the
Wow.
best. It was the best feeling in the world to be signed. I think I
Okay.
signed and I fought like a month later or something.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was pretty quick. I remember that in the back before the fight. Are you a calm before the storm type of fighter, sitting there quietly, eyes closed, laid back, or are you pacing and going nuts, ready to go? Which kind are you
I'm
backstage?
pacing. I'm
Okay.
pacing. I get like a nervous excitement. I
Okay.
honestly get so nervous before bare knuckle fight. Never get nervous before MMA or anything like that. I'm not a nervous fighter at all. Like I actually love the feeling. I get really excited. But for bare knuckle, I get a little bit nervous. I do not because of anything else, but because I know that you got to be laser focused in there,
Hmm.
um, and that you are potentially going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't
So
even have to
like
get hit hard.
I have to I have to be honest with myself. Okay,
Hmm.
Crystal, you're putting yourself out there. I could come most likely, not I could, most likely I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna have some kind of damage.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go in there and prepare myself for the battle of a lifetime, basically. And bare knuckle fight feels it's a lot of fun, and you can feel the war. Like you
Hmm.
feel like you're in a proper fight, and I like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I do. I pace up and down, and I listen to my music, and I get in
Hmm.
it. I get in it. I
Okay.
like to have a
All
good
right.
warm up first too. I like to be
Sure.
like sweating before I go out there.
Well, the way you fight, you seem like you're already warmed up. You don't take a round, to kind of feel out. It's just go.
That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem with me. That's what I'm starting to like. I'm starting to learn a little bit. It's like take a round. I can do
There you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, walking to the ring on February 16th, 2024, to take on Christina Christ. What are the emotions like?
That was my first fight ever. So, and if you knew what happened before that fight, you'd be like, a lot happened. Like I had so many people pulling out of like the day before, 2 days. Oh no, it was like I'm pretty sure it was like 2 days before she pulled out of the fight, and they had to get a replacement. And like to make that fight actually happen was insane. And Christina Chris was such a great actually opponent matchup for me because stylistically we both MMA backgrounds,
Hmm.
both exactly the same style, and me and her became really good friends actually.
Okay.
And like we went in there and we had the time of our freaking lives, because we have the same kind of fighting style and personality. So like that was a fight that people like. Honestly, I think I wish that fight could have been done on a bigger on a more noticeable stage because
Hmm.
it was a good fight.
It was.
It was a pretty exciting fight, and people were going mad. And yeah, I love that fight. It was great.
Would you say that that win is more of a product of the stars just aligning perfectly, or was that absolutely hard work and dedication?
No, I mean I trained hard. I trained hard for that fight. I'd been preparing for bare knuckle from South Africa already because I knew like I'm gonna get there and I'm probably gonna fight like soon. So I prepared for bare knuckle, but honestly, I just think the stars were aligning. And sometimes destiny is destiny,
Hmm.
and what's meant to be is meant to be. And
Absolutely.
so, yeah, I
Okay.
feel that. I feel that for myself in that situation.
All right. How big was the party afterwards?
Um, actually, you know what happened after the fight? Me and her, we went back to the bar area and we sat and we hung out and we were talking to a bunch of people, taking photos with people together, and like it was actually so awesome. We didn't end up partying at all, but it was a celebration.
There we
Definitely,
go.
I was very happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Your second BKFC fight from May of 2024 came against Sarah Shell.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on her as an opponent going into that fight? Obviously, um, and what was the main factor that made her so difficult?
You know what? I took that fight on 2 weeks' notice. And Sarah Shaw, like I'm actually fighting 115 is not my weight class. I usually fight at for MMA. I usually fight at 105 lbs and 110. So atom weight was actually my division, you know.
Okay.
And so for bare knuckle, they don't have an atom weight division. So me coming up to 115 was already like a jump, you know. But honestly, Sarah Shaw is not a 115er. The school is a definite 125er. That somehow, by some miracle, and I don't know how, because she's very, very tall, gets down to 115. And this chick is huge. She's not
Hmm.
even my weight. Like, I don't care
Yeah.
what anybody says. Like, that girl and me are not the same weight class. And I took that fight because I really believe in myself, no matter
Hmm.
what. You know, I believe in myself. I don't care how big. I fought very big, tough opponents my whole career. You know, I've
Hmm.
never ever had an easy fight. So I took that and I said, absolutely, I'll do the fight. And but what have I got to lose? You know, I love fighting. Let me just do it. Nobody wants to
Hmm.
fight this school. Nobody.
Right.
But I
Right.
stepped in there and I did it. And you know what? I did. I think I was very happy with myself actually watching the performance
Hmm.
back, because I went in very confidently, like I
Hmm.
always do. And that's when, like, she clipped me, you know, she got me some good shots.
Hmm.
And she's got the reach and she used it well. And that's all. I ran into those punches. But I think I started to find my groove and dodge the
Hmm.
bullets. And I went all 5 rounds with her. And at the end, in the last round, the score, she tells everybody a whole different story. And this is where I lost my respect for her. And I don't dislike anybody, but this girl, I really like, me and her do not get on. Because like she won that fight fair and square, and I was very friendly and nice to
Hmm.
her as I am with everybody. And she bullied me on social media terribly, and she lied because in that last round, I was coming forward. I said, I'm not. I actually felt like I was getting fired up. Give me another run. And I think I could have actually maybe done something there, you know? I was getting fired up. I felt like I could go more.
Hmm.
And I started to warm up on that fifth round and she started to run away. And I still thought to herself, what is going on with this chick? Why is she running away? And she said to me in the fight, she said, don't come forward anymore because you're going to get fucked up. You're getting fucked up. So I
Hmm.
said, no, 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 no. Like, I'm coming forward. But she actually broke her hand. That's why. So
Okay.
she was trying to get me to back off because she couldn't actually throw anymore. So I think to myself, give it one more round. Like, I could have beat this chick, you know?
Right.
And like she lies to everybody, but like the doctor literally said she broke her hand after that. So like yeah, I definitely want a rematch in the future with this chick.
Hmm.
Um, she is definitely beatable, and give me a full camp and the experience I have, and I'll take her. You know.
Hmm.
So yeah,
I,
yeah,
I was
I
gonna
can't
say
wait
I
for her
looked
to
at the
fight
tail.
Britain first. Let her fight Britain and get fucked up there
There we
first.
go. There we go. Absolutely. I
She
like that
needs to be a
idea.
little bit humbled because she thinks a
There
lot
we
about
go.
herself.
There you go. I looked at the tail of the tape from that fight. It has the height and reach at only 3 or 4 inches difference. Watching that fight, there's no way. I mean, and I say that to give you credit for. I don't know how you can possibly train for that kind of range in 2 weeks.
I
So the
didn't even
fact
know.
that
I
you
didn't even know she was that tall because I looked at her. I looked at. I don't know. Well, I don't think I even looked her up or anything. To be honest with you, that's why I didn't really do any
you did
research on.
amazing. It says the reach
I
was
didn't do
four
any
inches
research on this
difference.
chick. I When I got there, I was like, "Wow, okay, she's quite like much bigger than I thought, but it's all right."
Absolutely. Uh,
Thank you.
let's see. Your fight with Emma Murray, as per the usual, you outstruck and outlanded her in every round. In a 5 round fight with over 600 punches thrown and close to 300 landed, what hurts worse, the hands or face?
No, my hands never get sore. I
What?
should. No, never. I've not even had swelling on my hands or anything. My face swells up like much worse than other people, though. I
I
have
can
to
walk
hide
by
for
a
3 days.
door and hit my hand on the doorknob and it hurts for a week.
I don't know. I've got very hard hands. I don't know
Oh
why.
my God.
If you have to see my hands, like for a girl, it's not very soft. It's very like I don't know, like I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if that's like what that's got to do with.
It's good for bare knuckle, I guess.
It is. It works. It works. But I probably should. I should probably start to hit a little bit harder because maybe that's why. Maybe I'm landing high volume and like maybe I should be like hitting harder because I never have sore hands. I don't understand why.
Hmm.
I know
I
it's
don't know.
weird,
We'll
right?
look into that.
I know, me too.
Let, most recently, you took on Gabrielle Roman a little over a month ago at Mohegan Sun. How excited were you with this matchup?
She's my friend, so I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it was a difficult one because like I know how badly she needed a win, and I know how badly I wanted to win, and but we both needed to fight. We didn't care,
Hmm.
and we are both the kind of people who can go on and flip the switch, and and the whole time before the fight, we were hanging out, we were laughing and talking a lot of shit, and
Hmm.
um I know when we were when we were like standing facing each other inside, she gave me that look like, okay, girl, it's on. And I was like, we're gonna see this, we're gonna see. So honestly, like I was actually pretty excited. Like, um, I'm mad at myself for rushing in. I got too excited. That's the problem with me. I got way too excited about it, and one wrong clip in bare knuckle, and that just stops the fight. And
Hmm.
that's something I learned the hard way now this time.
Yeah,
Um,
I was gonna say, watching
you
that
can't just
fight,
fight like you do in MMA or in any other combat sport.
right?
You have to actually take into mind that you can't just take the punches and take the punches because one wrong one in the wrong area can the whole fight stopped, and
Yeah,
actually I was like, what the hell? Oh no,
yeah.
how do you get an opportunity like, to actually, so yeah, I need that redemption ASAP.
All right. As a fan watching that fight on TV, and I'm sure you understand, we can't see everything as well
Yeah.
as you can in the ring or the guy's cage side. When round two was about to start, everything from the fans' point of view on the couch on TV looked fine, and then Brian Miner calls timeout, calls the doc, has you go over the doctor. What happened?
So somehow, and this is like they say, it never ever happens, like it never happened to anybody, like it's so rare, and that's why I know like everything happens for a reason, and she's a Christian, I'm a Christian, and we both know that whatever happened was God, like it was all meant to be. Somehow she clipped me in the corner of my eye, in my tear duct.
Okay,
So
okay,
your tear duct is now, like, I don't know. I actually, for the first time, got educated about this. Your tear duct is actually quite a rare part that you have to be very careful for because, like, it's in the inside. Like my eyeball is 100%. My eyeball, I
right.
could see. That's why I was upset. I didn't know. Like, I felt blood trickling down, but I didn't think because I can see. Yeah, I
Hmm.
actually felt that in the second round. Like, in fact, when I got clipped in my eye right in the first 30 seconds, I was like, okay, like my eye, I feel a little bit something on my eye, but it's
Hmm.
fine. I started to be able to see, and I was like, oh, now by the second round, I was like, now I can go. Now I feel warmed up. You
Hmm.
know, I was actually now ready to fight properly. and then, and then he came and he said, no, like I can't continue because it's in my tear duct. And then I
Yeah,
realized
watching
when
it,
I
you can't see anything.
you
I mean,
can't. And then when I went to I was like, I didn't understand when I went to the hospital. Like I was there for hours with the eye specialist, like going with freaking cameras inside my eye.
ugh.
Like it was hectic. I was like, so now I have my tear, like I have tears coming out of my eyes like quite often. I know that's gonna change. It takes time,
Okay.
obviously. So yeah,
Okay.
very
Wow.
weird, very weird. Yeah.
Wow. Uh, Before we get to what you want to do next, and we briefly spoke on this a couple months ago when we initially talked. Um, you've been in the fight game for a minute. Uh, you've traveled the world. You've seen all kinds of things. Has there ever been a moment in life or in your career, or maybe both, that you felt broken, or like maybe this is rock bottom, or like giving up? Um, as comfortable as it is for you, what would that be, and how did you get through it?
So yeah, absolutely. Like, in fact, I would say in majority in the last 6 years, I've literally gone through hell, in my in my life, in just in general, and I've had to fight through the hardest times of my life. I've had to fight, like I continued fighting, you know what I'm saying? So my personal life, I went through some very, very, very dark, hard times, and I had to continue fighting through that, and um, putting on a brave face and acting like everything was okay. But I actually feel like all the battles and the things that I went through in the last 6 years really helped me. Um, the fighting really helped me, because it's nothing for me to go into a ring for 10 minutes and fight physically,
Hmm.
compared to all the emotional and mental and um, the obstacles I faced in the last 6 years. That was hell. Yeah.
Okay, so you'd say that fighting has kept you focused on, you know.
Oh yeah, no, fighting has
Okay.
kept me focused, has kept me disciplined, it's kept me, it's kept me strong physically to actually get through the things that I was going through.
Hmm.
I don't know where I would be. Like, I'd probably be in a ditch dead somewhere, probably, if I didn't fight.
Hmm.
Honestly, because I've been at places where I just wanted to give up completely. Like, I was like, okay, God, like, I'm ready now. Please take me. Like, I just cannot continue.
Hmm.
Like, we face those dark times, and I went through like a lot of that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know, because there was a time on Facebook I actually, and I never do this, I was like posting stuff like, hey guys, I need help. And so people know that I went through a lot of intense things, and I overcame,
Hmm.
and I kept going, and I just didn't give up, because the one thing that I have in me that never ever anybody can ever take away is that no quit
Hmm.
attitude.
Absolutely. How big
Uh,
a part in where you are today has your faith been?
Um, well, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. God has played a big role in my life. My faith is everything. It's my number one thing, honestly. I give God all the glory for the good, the for bringing me out from that darkness, and like letting me be where I am today. And when I say that, I mean like alive, happy, peaceful, and I am still going through a lot of stuff currently. You know, different kind of struggles. But I think that um it's coming to the end of that season. I mean, I have faith that it's coming to the end of that season very soon for me, of the darkness, of the hardship,
Hmm.
the struggle. And yeah, I just like seek God with all my heart, and without Him, I'd be nowhere and nothing. That's it.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for a young up and coming fighter who is also a mom?
Oh, okay. I like this. Well, the advice that I would give any female, that, and I have a couple females
Hmm.
that I train and help at the gym. And I know a lot of females that are moms that are trying to get into the sport and want to do it. And I encourage it completely. I encourage it completely because, you know, being a fighter, people think it's aggressive and it's bloody, and they always think, like, I have these comments like, why would you want to do that kind of sport? Like, you're a pretty girl, don't you want to preserve your face, or this or that? And I'm like, but why would I want to do that for? Because for me, the biggest thing is to show, to be an example to my
Hmm.
to my daughters, and the example that I want to leave with them the most before I die, is that not to ever give up in life, to always fight through any
Hmm.
obstacle, because today, in today's life, the world is going to throw you obstacles, and it's getting harder and harder and harder for people to make it through. And
Hmm.
I want to show them that they can be strong enough. They can be strong enough to overcome, to get through, and when things are looking like you cannot anymore, to keep
Hmm.
going. I want to leave that behind with them, because if I didn't have that strength, I would never make it through.
Absolutely.
So I encourage any mother to do it and be an example to your daughter or your son. And mixed martial arts saved my life, honestly, and God.
Oh yeah, love
Sorry.
that.
Thanks.
I want to get into fan mode for a minute. Everyone has their list of favorite fighters, top fives, Mount Rushmores, top tens, that kind of thing. I'm not going to give you a certain number to stick to, but I'd like for you to share maybe who some of your favorites or biggest inspirations. Uh, what other fighters do you like?
Um, I'm obsessed with Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano.
Hmm.
Um, I love Valentina Shchenko. She's badass.
Hmm.
Um, and the list could go on and on and on. I love John Jones.
Okay.
I know people say like he's not a nice guy, or whatever, but I've never actually met him. I just like him as a fighter.
Right. Yeah,
I
you
love
can
him.
separate the two.
Yeah, I love O'Malley because of his style and his brand, and like
Hmm.
I don't know, he's a cool guy. He's a
The
cool
sugar
fighter.
swag.
Yeah, the sugar swag. I like people with personality. They're not just
Yeah.
fighter, but they have a story and a personality. And
Hmm.
I've always and forever will be a Conor McGregor fan.
Sure. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so those are fighters that I really like, always look up to, and I have a whole bunch more. But yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Um, how much fun is it being a BKFC fighter?
I'm a word, it's the most fun I've ever had. I
That's
love
what
it.
everyone says.
It's so difficult for me to like I get a lot of promotions wanting me to
Hmm.
fight and stuff, and I consider it, and I think this year I'm definitely going to fight MMA, and I'm going to dip into a lot more. I want to at least fight 4 times this year. Like I am going to be active.
Okay.
And I am fighting soon with BKFC, so I'm going to wait till about I'm going to wait till that fight, and then I'm going to start like fighting MMA and doing some other stuff. But yeah, um yeah, I'm just super excited to fight this year for BKFC, especially because the best time I've ever had in the ring in 10 minutes. So
Uh, um, I know that you have this same logo on so many things that you wear in the ring. Um,
HKA.
how how important has it been in your career to have good sponsors and surround yourself with good people?
You know what? I've gone through, like I told you, I've been through so much,
Hmm.
like in the last few years, and there's like one or two people that have stuck with me and had my back, and like I couldn't. Nick from HKA I wouldn't just consider him a sponsor, but I consider him a friend,
Hmm.
and he has taken care of me, helped me, and he's the nicest, kindest, most awesome person, and like I only have amazing things to say about him. And everything that I get is like top quality. Like that is the brand
Hmm.
right there, HKA. So
Absolutely.
I'm very grateful for him. I'm very, very grateful for Smith Brothers, Kevin,
Hmm.
and the one or two people that have had my back and stuck with me. I'm super grateful. Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
a handful.
Uh, you've lived in North Carolina for several years. I
Yeah.
want to know, are you a bigger fan of Carolina style barbecue or South African braai?
South African braai,
There we go.
obviously.
All right, tell me about it a little
Obviously.
bit.
Nothing compares. I just want to tell you, I love it here in Florida, and I'm gonna stay here. Like I'm not moving ever
Hmm.
again. Like this is my place. But there's nothing in the world that will ever compare to South African food and South African braai.
There we go. I went through 4 or 5 different food items, and that was the one I felt most comfortable being able to pronounce without making a fool of
Very
myself.
good. And I that was like that was mint. That was mint.
There was a milk tur. It was
Maltad.
there we go. I was
It's called Maltad. Milk tart.
there we go. That's why I didn't bring that one up.
And that's okay. And that's okay.
Alrighty. What's the best Rocky movie?
The first one.
There
The
we go.
original one. I love
Okay.
Rock. My dad made me watch that actually as a little
Hmm.
girl. Like I watched all the Rockies and he made me watch it. Like he likes Rambo. Yeah,
Sure. There's a lot of good lessons in
my
Rocky.
dad is like my hero.
Okay. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Uh, how do you get your caffeine? Coffee or energy drinks?
Energy drinks.
Okay. Do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, Monster. don't
Monster. Have
don't
you
talk.
tried cherry candy from Bucked Up?
I've never, honestly, I've never.
It's the
I know,
best.
I need to be drinking bucked up probably. That would make sense, right?
I'll send you one.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
It's pretty good.
Is it
In their prime, who wins, Ali or Tyson?
Tyson?
Okay. You
I
think he
don't know
gets inside?
actually. Sorry, I actually don't know. It's a difficult one.
Okay.
Oh shit. I just say Tyson. Stick with it.
All right. Same question. GSP versus Anderson Silva.
Oh man. GSP. Ah, I don't know. GSP.
There we go.
Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva.
I love it. Let's see here. How long ago and why did you decide to open up your life and gym and become the cat lady?
Oh my gosh. Who have you been talking to?
I'll never
um,
tell.
um, you know what? I don't know what the heck happened to me, but like when Kevin opened up his gym to me and we stayed there. I stayed there for like a month and a half, and I mean, I brought my pets with me and everything there. And I was so grateful. I don't know how Kevin, he's just the most awesome person. And so when I stayed there, because I love animals, when
Hmm.
I stayed there, I realized that there's a freaking problem with stray cats at the back of the gym.
Hmm.
And like, I would just be like feeling sorry for these cats. And like, I started to like try to be friendly with one or two. So I started to feed them. and then and then people started to see that I started to feed them. And then when the kittens came, because now at the back of the gym, it's like there's boats and like a band, like I don't know if it's a scrapyard of like boats and stuff that are empty.
Hmm.
And this guy said there's two kittens in a container, and he gave me these two kittens. And man, like I am now, you don't understand, feeding like 15 cats at the back there now. Yeah, so I am in so much trouble. I'm so much trouble. Like I need help. I'm gonna probably open up a non-profit organization
There you go.
and help all the animals because that's
I
where I'm
love
at.
it. I totally understand. Where I live, there's a few different apartment buildings, and there's the most beautiful gray Scottish fold cat that's a stray
Oh
that
wow,
just hangs out at one building one day, another cat, another
that's
building
so
another day,
interesting.
and everyone loves it. It's in my living room right now. Everyone just takes turns opening their door. It comes in,
What?
hangs out for a while, goes back to the door.
Are
It
you
doesn't use
actually serious?
I'm
That's
serious. I'll take a
insane.
picture after we're done and send it to you.
Yeah,
It's the
please
most
send it to
beautiful
me.
stray cat ever.
Oh my god, I love that. How
Yeah,
cool.
it's the neighborhood cat. Its name's depending on who you ask. Its name's Meredith
Okay,
or
well, you lucky only
Sweatpants.
have one neighborhood cat. I got like
There we go.
15. So
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Okay. Being a mom, I think you'll appreciate this. Would you rather get punched in the face or step on a Lego barefoot in the middle of the night in the
Oh
dark?
my god, I'd rather get punched in the face. That's so sore. Like to step on I like. I don't have any small kids, by the way. My two kids are like. I was a teenager when I had my
Hmm.
first daughter, so I was like really really young. So my kids are teenagers and out the house, and I'm sorry, teenagers and out the house. They like out the house, both of them. And the thing is, like, I remember those days. There's
Hmm.
nothing worse than standing on a sharp Lego.
Oh
barefoot
yeah.
or even with socks. I don't even care. That is
Yep.
so sore. I just like, oh man, if I had camera back then to see what my reaction was like, you would just know.
I totally understand. The last time I did it, I would have sworn my foot was broken. I couldn't walk for 5 days. There
I know.
wasn't a
I'm like such a
bruise. It wasn't.
baby with stupid things like that. I'd rather be punched, 100%.
Me too. Okay. This next question, I don't know a whole lot of the backstory on it. It may take you a second to understand what I'm saying, but this is what I was told to ask.
Okay.
Um, Early on in your career, you and another person participated in an unconventional form of couples therapy. I'd like to hear about the first time you were knocked out cold.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about because I've only been knocked out one time in my entire life, my
Once.
entire career,
I
once.
gotta know.
And it's crazy. I don't even know how many years ago it was now. But
18.
huh?
18?
No,
No.
no. I'm married. Like I'm obviously I'm actually going through a divorce right now.
Mhm.
But I was. It was in the beginning. It was in the beginning. It was like probably five. It was the beginning of my career.
Okay.
Okay, and so I think I was like fighting maybe a year tops, maybe 2 years. I don't know, but we were sparring. Me and my husband were sparring, and it's very difficult to have your husband be your coach. I mean, we had our fights. Let me tell you.
I'm sure.
And when we went into the ring, then if I went too hard, he made sure he went hard back to teach me a lesson, and we would get into it, which is crazy. Like it's not conventional. It was definitely like a couples therapy, but I always
Mhm.
ended up in tears in the end.
Oh no.
Yeah, I always did because I realized like you can't take on a man. Like, what is wrong with you, girl? Anyways, I'm like this fearless little thing that just wants to, think that I can take over, but I
Hmm.
can't. I mean, you can only do so much. And we were sparring, and I was getting a little bit cheeky and coming in a little bit, and he threw like a right hook or something, and he knocked me out cold. And I was like, what in the world? So this is what it feels like to be knocked out. I was blown away, but never again.
What was the reaction? What was his reaction when you came to?
No, he was like, he felt so bad. He was like, oh my God. So it wasn't purposeful. It happened by
Right.
accident.
Sure.
So,
Oh,
but
I-
it's, you live and you learn.
sure. Yeah. I don't know how you recover from that. I wouldn't be able to speak for a couple days. Just I'm gonna go hide
I know.
somewhere.
I was actually like quite like blown away. I was like, oh, so this is what it feels like, because I actually thought, no, I'm never gonna be able to be knocked out. Like, I've got a hard head. Like, like I didn't
Hmm.
understand because I could take punishment. But then I was like, yo, you can be knocked out. It
Who
happened.
it does happen if you throw punches at heads long enough,
Yeah,
it's gonna
the
happen.
right area in the right area. You done.
Absolutely. Who plays you in the Hollywood blockbuster movie about your life?
Who plays me? What do you
Hmm.
mean? Like,
In the Hollywood movie about your life, who
yes,
stars as you?
I stars me.
There you go. Play yourself. Okay.
Oh, you like? Would it be like? Are you saying like I would have to choose somebody?
Yeah. Pick an actor to
An
play the part of
actor, an
you.
actress. You would play.
Actress.
Um, um, what's that actress's name? She's my favorite, and I would say that is like everybody thinks I look like her. Um, the girl that plays Harley Quinn. You know,
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Margot
There
Robbie.
we go.
Sorry, I hit a
There we go.
blank.
That's perfect.
I hit a blank, so I would say yes, Margot Robbie
There
for
we go.
sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a perfect choice. Um, this next question, I have to start out by saying happy birthday is not allowed. No national anthems, no nursery rhymes, nothing like that. Okay.
Okay.
You have to sing one song, start to finish, without messing up a single word. $1 million on the line. What are you singing?
Whoa, this is an interesting question. So you
Word
said
for
no
word.
nursery. You say no nursery rhymes.
Right. It has to be a real song, something that's been on the radio before. No, nothing like no
And
Twinkle
it's for a
Twinkle Little
million
Star.
dollars. It's for $1 million.
$1 million on the line.
And it doesn't matter what song it is, though.
Correct. It has to be an actual song.
Um, I don't actually know. Um, um, oh
There's got to
no.
be a song you know every word to.
There must be a song. I'm a Barbie girl.
Aqua, Barbie Girl by Aqua. There we go.
About-
There we go. Perfect. That's a great choice. That's the first
oh
time I've
my
heard that one. I
gosh,
love that.
sorry.
Oh, wow. All right, Crystal. For any of the hardship heroes right now that are going through struggles, seeing hard times, what message do you have for them about not giving up?
When life knocks you down, because it's gonna knock you down.
Hmm.
When those obstacles come and the fire comes, and you're feeling like you're deep in the trenches and you really just can't get out. Yeah, to really, really seek God with all
Hmm.
your heart and all your might, and trust in the process that you are going to come out the other side, that you will have the victory, that you will overcome, that you will be successful, that you will heal, and that you will be okay no matter what.
Hmm.
And to have hope in the darkness no matter what, and never ever give up. That is the
That,
message that I would send.
that's great. That's great. What?
Keep going. Fight.
Absolutely.
Fight your ass off no matter what till the end.
Yep. What can fans expect to see from you in the ring the next time you fight?
You know what? A new version of me, because this last fight, they say you never lose, you learn. This
Hmm.
last fight taught me a lot about myself as a fighter, about what I need to do to get to the next level, and they can expect a different version of me, a more skilled, calculated, um, choosing my shots, dominant fighter, and yeah. I know my next fight is gonna be my best one. It's gonna be my best one, and it's gonna be my hometown. So
Hmm.
my new hometown.
There you go.
So it's
What?
gonna it's gonna be great. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good fight. That's all
I
I know.
believe you. I don't know how it
Yeah.
couldn't be if you're in it.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
What's the best way for fans and friends to keep up with you and everything you have going on these days?
They can follow me on Instagram, crystal_van_bake, and Facebook, Crystal Herbert Van Bake. And then, I'm on TikTok and Threads and all the other platforms, but I mainly use Instagram, and Facebook. So, yeah, they can keep up with me there. And thank you so much for the love and support from everybody and you.
Absolutely. I don't.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. I don't have any more questions. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or anyone you want to shout out before we get off here?
I just want to shout out to Nick from HKA. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for always kitting me out in the best gear. Like, I'm eternally grateful, and it's such a blessing to be able to have him on my team and
Hmm.
having my back. And then my newest sponsor, Fran Haas Law Group, they've really, really supported me and helped me in my last camp and afterwards as well. And Kevin from Smith
Hmm.
Brothers, my coaches, Adam and Henty, for taking me through the camp. And just like, everybody else that's loved and supported me, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone and send much love. And
The
thank you to
BKFC
you.
really is a family.
Yeah, it is. It is. And
Hmm.
it feels good to be part of it. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Like, you can fight for any promotion, but to be part of one of the biggest, fastest growing promotions in the world, and not just be part of it, but to feel like I'm part of the family, that's
Hmm.
everything. Some
Hmm.
good people, and David Fallman is a great guy, and
Hmm.
and everybody's awesome. They treat you like gold. You're not going to
They
get that
do.
anywhere.
I couldn't agree with what you said anymore if I tried. Crystal, I want to say thank you so much for giving
Thank
me your
you.
time today and sharing your story. I'll get
Thank
this
you.
uploaded. It should take maybe an hour or so before it's on YouTube. Once it's up, I'll send you the first copy. If you want to
Okay.
watch it and you don't like, how I sound like a redneck or I've got a booty I can't see on film, let me know. I'll take it
No.
down so you're not too embarrassed.
Oh my gosh, you're very sweet and you don't have to worry about that. You
All
are
right.
awesome.
You are
Appreciate
too.
you.
And take care, and I'll talk to you again soon.
You too. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye. I don't even know how to do this. Wait. There.
Wow, that was awesome, guys. Such a sweet girl, such a good fighter. I hope that you all check her out the next time she is inside the BKFC ring. I want to say thank you as always. Show sponsor presented by HKA USA, top choice in fighter gear, and also Bucked Up Energy. This flavor, cherry candy, oh, going the wrong way, is literally top three best tasting energy drinks I've ever had. I'm trying to remember. Hopefully next week, Ramiro. Oh, Crystal. Crystal just messaged. Um, Ramiro Figueroa from the BKFC. Hopefully, will be on next week. I've got a couple more that I'm working on for you. Feel free to follow us on Facebook and see who we have coming up in the future. Thank you again. I hope you guys have a great night. Bye bye.